In today's video, we're looking at the Foggie Max. This is from FogWorks, and it's your personal cloud service. So similar to iCloud or Google Drive, it's a place where you can store your files and access internally at home or also externally out on the internet. This personal cloud service is not just for storing your own files, but you can allocate a space for it and mine the DMC token. The advantage of having your own personal cloud service means there's no monthly subscriptions and you always have direct access to your files, whether you're at home or on the road. The DePIN space is getting bigger and bigger. The sector that I'm talking about right now is decentralized storage, and that's where FogWorks exists. FogWorks sent me this device to try out and review, so that's what I'm going to be taking a look at today. FogWorks has actually been around for a bit. The original name was called W3 Storage Labs. They rebranded themselves in 2022. So if you're looking at this device, it looks like an Intel NUC or a small form factor PC. And you're not wrong. There's a lot of comparable versions of it out there. There is a premium price associated with this device because it mines a DMC coin and it is also a cloud storage device, which is a service that you're providing. The coin that's associated with this project is called DMC, which stands for Data Mall Coin. The network is slowly growing. They have over 200,000 wallets and they're recording about 3,000 in daily transactions. The device that you're going to get has a Linux-based operating system already installed on it, and it's pre-configured with a Samba server and a few other components that allows it to mine the DMC token. So let's take a look at the specs so you can compare it to what's out on the network. The processor in here is the Intel Alder Lake ULX X64 processor. It has 8 gigabytes of RAM. The storage will have either 1 terabyte of storage or 4 terabytes of storage. The core operating system in here is Ubuntu 22.04. There is a wireless Wi-Fi 6 adapter built into it. There is 4 USB ports, 1 gigabit Ethernet port, a display port, HDMI, and headphone jack. And the size of it, which is fairly small, which is about 4.5 inches by 4 inches, and it's about 1.5 inches tall. So it's a pretty small portable device that you can keep on your shelf. Once you have this device plugged in and configured properly, it's a set it and forget it type of miner. The only thing that you want to make sure is just monitored over time, just making sure it's online and there's nothing wrong with connectivity. I'm just jumping on the website to take a look at the hardware cost. We'll head over to the shop. Currently in the shop, they have 3 items. The thermometer and humidity sensor is not available. We have 2 of the Foggie Max. The first one is the 1 terabyte drive. This one is going to come in at $399. And then we have the higher capacity version, which is going to be the 4 terabyte version. This one is going to come in at $999. What I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to go ahead and unbox it, and I'll show you how to set up the device as well as some of the features that come with it. We're going to go ahead and download the software. We have 2 versions of the software that's over here. We have the Foggie X for desktop and the Foggie desktop version. The Foggie desktop version is the one that we want. So we're going to go ahead and download that. And now it's going to go ahead and start the installation. I'm going to go ahead and click on next. I'm going to be using the default folder. And here we are at the desktop. So the first thing that you want to do is log in and register. So if you don't have a username and password yet, you can click on the register button right over here and you can enter in your information and it'll give you an invitation code and you can complete the registration process. So it looks like it has already found my Foggie Max. I'm going to go ahead and click on this and see if this is my device. And yes, here is my device. It's online. If you do not have a device over here, you can go over into the automatic discovery device section. You can click on that and it'll start searching for your device. It'll look on the network that you're connected to. You want to make sure that the PC that you're on is connected to the same network that your Foggie Max device is plugged into. So you want to make sure they're on the same router and on the same network segment. So my device is already in this list. I can go ahead and click on view. And I'm just going to open up the screen a little bit more. I'm going to expand the screen so you can see it a little bit better. Right over here is the area where you can back up any type of file. This is a file storage area. It's basically like your own personal cloud. If you click on the plus sign over here, you can go ahead and select a file or a folder. The one requirement that you need to pay attention to is the maximum upload size. The maximum upload size for a single file is 2 gigabytes. Go ahead and close out of that. They'll populate over here and you'll see that it takes up space once you upload files. Okay, so that's the device. You're probably wondering how the rewards work. Now the rewards that you're going to be receiving with this device is going to be in the DMC token. The amount of rewards that you receive, it really depends on the amount of space that you're allocating. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that right now. Over here we have the options for staking or restaking. There's a meter here that'll allow you to do it multiple times. I can increase this and decrease this for personal storage versus mining storage. The more that you allocate for mining storage, the more that you can earn. You can only make this adjustment twice. Say you do it about 50% and you want to have half for mining and half for personal storage. you can do that, but you can also change it one more time. It lets you know down here that you have 2 chances to join the mining pool. For me, I know that I'm going to be giving the entire allocation over for mining, so I'm going to max that out. And below we have the service period. So the minimum amount is going to be at least 25 weeks. You can decrease that all the way back down to the 25 weeks, or you can increase this to 52 weeks, which is an entire year. That's completely up to you. And if you scroll down over here, here's some interesting information. So right now I haven't sent any coins to my wallet, so my balance is 0. I'll need to fund that. In order for me to stake, I'm going to have to put in 2,955.12 DMC tokens. So I'll have to send that to the address. So based on the space that I'm allocating for the mining pool will determine how many rewards I get. Right now, for me maxing this out, you can see that I'm going to receive 527.70 DMC tokens per week. If I decrease the amount to say half, I'll definitely be getting fewer rewards, which is going to be 290. If you bring it down all the way down to the minimum 1 gig, you'll be getting 0.15. So for me, I want to max this out and my weekly earnings will be 527.70. Take a look at how the rewards are going to work out. All right, so we're at the DMC token. Currently right now, it's sitting at 4 cents. I'm going to scroll down a little bit over here to the converter. The staking amount required was 2,955. So in order for me to stake the DMC, it's going to cost me about $120. All right, so we'll just take a look at how everything is going to break down over here. The cost of the device is going to be $999. The weekly rewards is going to be 527 DMC, which at today's price, it's going to equal $3 a day. So we're looking at making $90 a month, and yearly we're looking at making $1,080. And in order for us to recover the cost of the hardware, it's going to take us about 11.5 months to break even. That's actually pretty reasonable for some projects that's out there. One thing I definitely have to mention is the price of Datacoin is at 4 cents. Your ROI on the hardware will decrease significantly if this coin spikes and goes up in price. But if the price of this token actually goes down, your ROI will take even longer. So you definitely want to keep that in mind when you're doing your own research on this project. So that's the Foggie Max, and what I'll do is I'll link everything down in the description below. There are some pros and cons, and accessibility to the token I believe is going to be one of the cons. When I tried to purchase it on Bitmart, buying the token wasn't an issue, but to get it off the exchange was a problem. The token was under maintenance for a couple of weeks. I still haven't been able to get it off of it, but you can also swap for the token using OKX's Web3 DEX. I'll list some options below so you know how to access the token, whether you want to buy or sell it. And I'll also drop some links on the device itself. I would really like to know what you think about this miner, especially if you compare it to other decentralized storage projects that's out there. Is it worth the price? Do you believe that you're going to ROI in a reasonable amount of time? Let me know in the comments below. I really like to hear it from you. And if you're looking for other projects, please subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.